so much for joining
Oh,
us.
thank you for having me. I appreciate the opportunity.
You're a real basketball guy.
Absolutely. I used to play basketball.
Backcourt was you and Mace.
Yeah, well, Mace, he was in the backcourt till probably 11th grade. He was a good like 13, 14-year-old player when he started elevating his athletic skills, didn't catch up to his age, but he's pretty good.
I didn't think we were going to open this with a Mace neg.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just telling you what happened. You know, he started coming off the bench after probably the 10th grade, but he was a good backup.
He was like a Jamal Crawford.
Nah, Jamal Crawford's good.
I meant like NBA comparison. I wasn't saying.
Yeah,
You know.
no. I mean, Jamal Crawford could start. They just bring him on. Like Ginobili at one point in time could start also, but he's a six-man. Jamal Crawford in my book could start, but he's a great asset off the bench. But we're not going to compare Mace to Jamal Crawford.
No, okay.
We won't do that.
My mistake.
Yeah, no problem.
But you were, what kind of point guard were you? You attacked the rim?
To be honest, I was a two guard, but I was just too short. I wasn't growing, and they kind of made me into a point guard. So I was really aggressive, a real aggressive point guard. I score first, pass second. I had scholarship offers to the University of Miami. We was 23-0 my high school year. We lost the first round of the playoffs. I didn't go back to school. So I was really depressed because, you know, if you're 23-0 in the regular season and you lose in the first round of playoffs, it was messed up. So the University of Miami got me into a junior college in Texas, Navarro Junior College in the TEC. I went around the same time. Steve Francis was there.
Oh, wow.
And I ended up tearing a ligament in my hamstring, so I redshirted that year. Ended up coming home and getting into music. Got offered a contract for about $500,000 in about 1998. Never went back to basketball from there.
That's a good reason to leave.
Yeah. So when you're 19 years old, it's a pretty good reason.
I got to ask you, because Damian Lillard, I'm sure you know, he's rapping now.
Yeah.
What do you think when players kind of start rapping? Does a part of you annoyed, or you kind of like, he's pretty good?
Well, a lot of players I get annoyed, but Damian Lillard's good.
He's good.
He's pretty good.
I think he's solid from what I heard.
He's really good. I'll give him, I would say he's trash if he was trash.
Who's trash? Who's a trash NBA rapper?
I won't say I got a lot of friends, but I keep my opinion to myself.
How about Kobe? What do you think of Thug Poet?
I think with Kobe, you know, it's funny, years ago when I first started rapping, Kobe came to one of my studio sessions with a guy named Steve Stout. And Kobe is so intellectual, it's like, dog, I don't want to think that much. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's almost rapping the dictionary, you know what I'm saying? Then he starts rapping in other languages, he speaks other languages. So it was like, it's pretty good, but I don't think I want to do that much thinking when I'm trying to have a good time.
Right.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah.
We'll get along well, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I think so too.
I think of you as like a, you know, old New York guy in some way, like an old soul, kind of like a 90s, early 2000s guy.
90s, I'm a 90s basketball.
You're a 90s basketball.
Absolutely.
Well, look, that's like when it was physical. Like I think
that's what I like. That's what I love.
Here's my question.
I miss it.
Here's my question though. I feel like hip hop has kind of gone the same way, where like now rappers are talking about their feelings.
See, you know what? I'm glad you brought that up. You know, I think the world is transitioning, because it was like a time where, you know, hip-hop artists wouldn't really be friendly with other hip-hop artists. It was all like...
It was beef.
Yeah, it was beef. And
sure, people ended up dead, but it was fun.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. You know what I'm saying? So the whole thing about it is like, I don't even think it's just hip-hop or rap thing. Everything's transitioning, because it's like everybody's friends, everybody. Like even basketball, I just hate to see other players from other teams hanging out in the off season. And it just annoys me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's probably good for the world. But I just hate to see it. It's like, you know, you really wasn't, even when I played high school and I had friends that were outside, that was my friends that went to other schools, if they beat us, I wouldn't speak to him for a month. You know what I'm saying? Like we wasn't speaking. And
that's not even at the professional level.
Yes.
So you hope that they would hate each other more as it gets more.
Yeah, it's really, you know, and I'm not saying from any like point of disrespect or anything, but it was really like people were really confused when Isaiah kissed Magic. Like, are y'all friends or what? I like it because I guess it's cool, but I just don't like all the friendly stuff because, like you said, now I'm looking at a game the other day. I can't remember who's playing, but somebody got slapped on the arm. They went to look at the videotape to see if it was a flagrant foul.
Yeah.
Like you can't hand check anymore. Like if you whisper in somebody's ear, it's a technical foul. Like it's just too friendly for me, basically.
Yeah, I missed, there was like a toughness to the 90s
Absolutely.
that's definitely lost.
Yeah, I mean, and basically, to be honest, the Knicks had it. You know, whether it was Mason, whether it was Oakley, whether it was Ewan, whether it was Harper, like they would punch you in your face and keep playing basketball.
I loved it.
Yeah, I love that.
I miss it.
Yes.
I got to ask you about your new album,
Okay.
Purple Haze 2.
Yeah, well, basically, I've been working on a couple movies the last couple years, been doing some business with Netflix. And to be totally honest with you, my lawyer called me and said, you know, you have an album due before the year's over. And I was like, I forgot I had to turn in the album. I'm like, I guess I better turn in the album before I get sued. So basically,
I like that you deal with it like it's a homework assignment.
yeah, basically. So I'm going to put out a mixtape this month because I have a studio in my house. I do so much music. I said, let me give away some music. The mixtape will be out before Thanksgiving. It's called The Program, and then I'm going to put out Purple Haze 2. It'll be out for Christmas.
Nice.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
And Hanukkah.
Yeah,
For all our viewers.
definitely. Yes.
Well, we got more coming up right after this with Cameron and John Wallace, one of our faves.
Yes.
Stick around.